Hi, friends. Welcome to the Freedom Friday episode of The Timmy Tom Show. And after the episode, would you subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Timmy Tom Show, and follow us on Instagram at Timmy Tom Show? Did you see anything of the vice presidential debate about a week ago? Vice President said something very interesting at the end of the debate. He said, Anthony Scalia, Supreme Court Justice, was very conservative. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice, was very liberal. And yet, the two of them being on opposite ends of the political spectrum, having differing ideas about what's right and what's wrong and how to handle it, in their personal lives, they were very good friends, and so were their families. I thought, wow, where else but in America can you do that? Can you disagree with what someone believes, what they say, actions they try to take, and still be respectful and loving and kind and a good friend to them? Where else can you do that? Other places in the world don't. Oh, sometimes they say they do, but stop and see. The people who are in power can make sure whatever they want to be heard is heard. Whatever they do not want to be heard does not get heard. You don't have that free exchange where you can express yourself kindly, peacefully, lovingly to other people. Only in America. Let's encourage that even more in America today. Well, I'm Tom for the Timmy Tom Show. I'm sending it over to Tim now. Take it, Tim.
Hey, thanks for sending it over, Grandpa. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a Freedom Friday episode number 3. That's right, we're making an impact. We're posting daily content for you on our Instagram and our Twitter page. Check us out at Timmy Tom Show and subscribe to us weekly. We're posting videos at The Timmy Tom Show. So my grandfather talked about something very cool in the vice presidential debates that happened a couple of days ago. Mike Pence, in his closing remarks, talked about the late Justice Antoine Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I didn't know that they actually had a friendship. I thought that's pretty cool because here you have a conservative and a liberal, and they're the best of friends. Their families got along. Everything was absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure they had their disagreements. I mean, if you look at how they voted, they were on opposite sides, especially on abortion and everything else. But they got along because they respected one another. And they were kind towards one another. And that's what this nation needs right now. That's what we all need. We need to be kind and respectful towards one another. You know, kindness and truth. Kindness is never overrated. Kill them with kindness. It reminds me of the words of Abraham Lincoln in his second inaugural address. And I'm going to read this to you. He said, with malice towards no one, and with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see that right, let us strive to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, and to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and for his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just, lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. In other words, he's saying, look, this is after the Civil War, brother against brother, hatred over slavery. It says, with malice, with jealousy and hatred in our hearts, none at all, towards nobody, and in fact, instead, with love towards everyone. Let us ask God how to bind up the nation's wounds. Let him show us how to be kind towards one another, to be loving, to be patient with one another. That doesn't happen if you're not willing. You have to be willing to do that. And so for us today, let's learn from the example of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Antoine Scalia, and also Abraham Lincoln. Let's learn how to be kind. Let's learn how to be honest, but in a nice and kind way. There's a time, just like Jesus flipped over the tables at the temple, there's a time to be angry. But let's remember that the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness that God requires. And your anger will make you a fool real quick if your anger is not directed in the right place. So, in closing remarks, be kind. A challenge for you, be kind to somebody who's on the opposite side of you. Politically, different religion, different skin color. Be kind to them, just as you want someone to be kind to you. In fact, that's what Jesus said. Love your neighbor as yourself. And if you love God, you will love your neighbor. Because without Christ, we're all in the same boat. Doesn't matter what side you're on. We're all in a sinking boat without Jesus, and he's the only lifeguard. He's the only one who can save. So, hope that gives you guys some things to think about today. Be kind, be truthful, be honest. Do it all in a good way. We'll catch you next week. Stay tuned. We're going to be having a big announcement coming soon for you guys. You don't want to miss it. And next week, we'll also be with Freedom Friday, episode 4. So, hit subscribe, like us, follow us. We'll look forward to next week, guys. All right, see you later.